community is about a dozen people who organise events for beekeepers, and our particular focus is on training new beekeepers and assisting beekeepers to keep their bees. Today it's a practical workshop for new and improving beekeepers, covering all the practical and hands-on experiences that new beekeepers will have. So amongst all the things going on today, we've got frame making, we've got a selection of different hive types, we've got microscopy, which is part of disease recognition in beekeeping, and we've got a display on queen rearing, which is another aspect. Managing beehives is really interesting. The busy time is from spring, when the bees build up. They build up their population from maybe 10,000 bees that have overwintered to possibly 50 or 60,000 bees by the summertime. In the spring period and early summer, we look once a week, see if the bees are making preparations to swarm, and take steps for them to avoid it if we possibly can. At the end of the summer is when we think about getting the honey crop, and then in September, October time, we're getting the bees ready to survive the winter period when there are obviously no flowers, no nectar for the bees to live on. So we then feed them, and through the winter period we probably don't look at them perhaps at all. The benefits to nature are enormous for the honeybee, and most people think about honey production, but in fact it's the value of pollination that makes the honeybee so important. You have maybe 10,000 overwintered bees which are ready to go out in the early spring and pollinate the cherries and then the apples that come on later and so on. Look after bees, and if you see swarms, alert the local beekeeping association, because they can be captured. Honeybees on their own in the wild, they're feral colonies with the varroa mite, which came from Asia and has been in the country since the early 90s. They can't survive in the wild for more than a couple of years. So it's only managed beekeeping colonies that carry on and are there for pollination purposes. So yes, if you can help the bees, please do. I became interested in beekeeping, I suppose, because I've been interested in nature and natural history, and I found them quite a fascinating insect that I wanted to delve into. And once I started, I found that the bees and the beekeeper has quite an interesting life. The life history of the bee is very interesting, from its egg to larva to seal brood and then turning into a fully formed bee. It's quite a sort of a miracle, really. And their life history is so involved that it just absorbs one, and I got really hooked, I have to say.